The Scoop. The Scoop. Covering the Sarasota County area news with opinions and passion. This is The Scoop.
You're not going to know about it because DePino didn't think it was important enough to inform you. She has essentially turned this into a de facto homeless shelter, folks. I saw primarily a bunch of homeless people in there.
The Scoop. The Scoop. Sponsored by philsgang.com. Only $49.95 a month.
Hey everybody, this is Frankie Abbruzzino, and welcome to the Scoop Radio Show, which is sponsored by philsgang.com. Check out his show every Monday through Friday at 9 and again at 3. Today, it is Saturday, November 29th. In Venice, it's the day of the big holiday parade down Venice Avenue, and the excitement is in the air. Can you feel it? I can feel it. I certainly can feel it. It's exciting. Now, this week, I'm going to talk about a few issues. I'm going to talk about my concerns with democracy. We're going to talk about Pam Bundy and her decision to allow armed guards within our elementary schools. Sarasota's quest to install roundabouts, about 11 of them up and down 41. And then the garage sale regulations in Venice. So we have a full plate. Let's jump right into it. Let's start with this whole registering garage sales, and I actually just put it together today after reading an email or a document or something like that. And basically, the city of Venice will discuss an ordinance that would put restrictions on garage sales. Yes, you heard me right, folks. Mayor Johnny Boy Hollick, he says that city officials have received complaints about residents running constant garage sales, any unwanted cars, and driving through neighborhoods recklessly. But I have to wonder if the word should be plural or singular. Johnny has a record of going to great lengths to act upon one complaint. Is this because one person called him and said, hey, these guys are having a garage sale all the time. Do something about it. On a few occasions, one person will write the mayor and the council over and over and over regarding an issue. They will send zoning out. Zoning will state to the mayor, to the city council, to the city manager, hey, everything's within compliance. But that's not good enough. So the mayor, Big Bob on the council, will want to implement some kind of change to the ordinance to appease this one person that's complaining. We've seen this with parking on Valencia, to dumpsters at airport complexes. Look, the current ordinance allows for 2 garage sales a year. They're looking at changing it to 4 a year, which is better, you would think. But then they want advance notice. They want you to provide Big Brother with notification. And I guess they're going to be more stricter, more stringent upon enforcing it. So with advance notice to the Imperial Wizards of the city, you can dust off the junk on the garage for a garage sale, but only if you register and received approval. Hopefully the city will allow you to hold the garage sale on your own property. Wouldn't that be swell of them? Look, this move is meant to curb residents who were using garage sales like flea markets. You know, those individuals that operate weekly or even daily by selling new products or reselling products that they've acquired. And, you know, those crazy folks are trying to make a profit. But you see, what Johnny and Bobby don't understand is that from these garage sales is that some of the consumers out there, some of the residents out there can't afford a storefront. You know, the consumers can't afford to go into Macy's, so they look for these garage sales to try to pick up items they need. The person that owns the house that's having the garage sale, they're trying to sell products there because they can't pay the $2,000, $3,000 rent on Venice Avenue. So the little man's trying to get ahead by doing this. You see, $8 an hour working in a McDonald's shift does not cover your bills. So you have to look for other options. And, Johnny boy needs to come down from that ivory tower and see that life isn't as easy as he has it right now for many of the folk out there. Sure, look, neighbors out there, they complain of trampled landscapes, packed streets, blocked public areas. But the solution seemed far more punitive than it needs to be. After all, if you want to place restrictions, shouldn't they have moved to a HOA neighborhood? Since when did our city government become the HOA enforcers, the Stasi of the neighborhood? The greatest offenders are likely a small minority,
And such a prohibition, especially on something like holding a garage sale at your own home, seems to be an inherent violation of a property owner's rights, doesn't it? I mean, look, will the city allow residents to apply for some kind of exemption? If there's a death in the family or they're selling items before a move, do you have to wait for that? Oh, gosh, I've already had 4. I can't have another one. Or will the city become the arbiter of garage sales? Period. No explanation point. Get lost. That's the question. There are plenty of rules and regulations already on the books that could have dealt with a few of the offenders without condemning the whole group. Trespassing, blocking, public thoroughfares being blocked, or operating what seems to be a business without a license are all enforceable offenses. Instead of our lovely mayor and council having chosen to go outside the purview and pile on more regulations. And not about just the day a garage sale can be held, but the hours of operation, the serving of food and drinks, where to put a sign, directing people to the sale. This continuing and growing interference into our daily and largely trivial lives our affairs is disturbing, to say the least. And it blurs the relationship between government and those it governs. So we have to decide, is this what we want? Which is an excellent transition to my whole discussion on democracy. We now talk as if America is freedom and democracy. We're all the same thing, all three the same thing. It's assumed that the government may justly do almost anything they want, provided they have the majority support. You know, during turbulent times like the present, Americans make fervent appeals to democracy, which many equate to freedom. Presidents like Bush are always so eager to impose democracy in Iraq and other countries whose governments they disapprove of. You know, those Egypts, Iraqs, Syria, Ukraine. Presidents like Woodrow Wilson only wanted to make the world safer for democracy. Everyone seems to take for granted that democracy is the ideal form of government. But my question is a simple one. Why? What is so great about majority rule? Especially when a majority may be some tyrannical single dictator, or the majorities have often deprived minorities and individuals of their rights get exploited. Their rights are exploited. Don't get me wrong, majority rule has its uses as long as it doesn't threaten or violate more fundamental principles of a society. Most great political philosophers since Plato, they've dreaded democracy, fearing that demagogues would stimulate and exploit the selfish passions of the majority. How many times have we seen this happen? Hell, isn't it that what we're seeing now with Obama? Call me crazy. The framers of our Constitution took great pains, folks, to create a republican system in which the majority rule would be tempered and inhibited by many restraints. And they thought that the best guarantee of freedom was to specify the powers of the government and to limit it strictly to those powers. So why is it that we now talk of America, freedom, and democracy? We're all the same thing. Why is it that so many assume that government may justly do almost anything they want, provided they have the majority of the support? Hell, nowadays government will do anything, even without the majority. Amnesty for illegals? Ringing any bells out there, folks? Ringing any bells? We're going to continue this conversation about democracy. What else do I have on the table? Roundabouts. And wait until I get into that, folks. Sarasota, you are in for a nightmare with roundabouts. I tell you what, we have one down here on Center and Jacaranda, and accidents are almost a daily occurrence. We'll be right back, folks.
Java Fit from Longevity. Our delicious gourmet Java Fit coffees feature a blend of 100% premium Arabic coffee from the finest regions in Latin America. Its freshly roasted beans in each unique blend are carefully chosen by an experienced staff. Check it out today and help support the channel at therogrant.com. Longevity from the RogueRant.com. On the go, healthy body start pack, 30 packs. In order for your body to function properly, it needs a wide range of daily vitamins, minerals, aminos, and essential fatty acids. Even when you're on the go, don't forget to feed your body with the nutrition it needs, which can easily be done with on the go healthy start pack. So start your quest today to get healthy tomorrow. Longevity brought to you by TheRogueRant.com. Slender FX Weight Management System, chocolate fudge, formulated for healthy weight loss. This system contains Slender FX PM Cleanse, Sweeties, meal replacement shake with a chocolate fudge taste, and a food fiber. Are you serious about losing weight? Get Slender FX Weight Management System now and begin your quest for a slimmer you. Longevity by theuncensoredreport.com. Ultimate EFA 60 soft gel tablets. Ultimate EFA is 100% organic and features a proprietary blend of essential fatty acids derived organically grown flaxseed oil, herbicide and pesticide free, folks. Barrage oil and fish oil. They deliver a healthy balance of omega-3, 6, and 9s. Ultimate EFA. This is a must-have for people who want to derive the benefits of a full range of essential fatty acids organically. For the best results, Ultimate EFA as a part of your full nutritional program that includes Majestic Earth Classic.
Exchange Traded Fund and your membership of $49.95 a month. There's nothing better.
For more information, please go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
Saber que el tratamiento es completamente gratis nos quita una preocupación de encima.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Please grab a pen and paper or type this into your phone. InvestYourself.com. For the best free financial newsletter on the planet, go to InvestYourself.com and sign up today. Hi, my name is Bob Renier, and for over 20 years I've been publishing InvestYourself.com, and I guarantee this is the only newsletter that provides the truth, it's easy to read, and it's free. Consider this. The feds have just ended the QE program in this country, but Japan and Europe continue to print money, and all of this affects our stock market in ways you've never seen before. I invite you to sign up at InvestYourself.com. Our absolutely free newsletter will help guide you through what's really affecting our markets instead of the nonsense you hear from the mainstream media. For over 20 years, people have called it the best free newsletter on the planet, and I think you'll agree. Take a moment and go over to InvestYourself.com and sign up today. It's absolutely free, no credit card required, no ID required. Simply pop your email address in the box. That's InvestYourself.com, InvestYourself.com.
What makes investors around the world successful? They're savvy, they do their homework, they look for the best value, and they find it at Interactive Brokers. Phil's Gang chooses Interactive Brokers, stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and worldwide from one account. I recommend Interactive Brokers to all my Phil's Gang members. I use it myself. Check them out. Go to philsgang.com and click on the Interactive Brokers graphic. And that's philsgang.com.
philsgang.com is a powerful online website for novice and experienced stock traders and investors who demand professional-grade online tools, superior customer support, and extensive investing education. Not sure how to trade or invest in stocks? philsgang.com is your #1 educational source for online stock trading and investing material, with daily webinars, individual charting videos, and programs customized to make you a smarter, more informed investor. It's as simple as following philsgang.com's Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell. When they buy, you buy. And when they short stocks, you short. In this volatile market, wouldn't it be nice to have someone guide and coach you to create wealth in the stock market? Well, you can with philsgang.com. Simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hey everybody, this is Frankie Abbruzzino and I'm back with the Scoop Radio Show. Remember to visit my sponsor, philsgang.com, every Monday through Friday at 9 and again at 3 o'clock. I just want to get out a few more thoughts on democracy. And, you know, in actuality, you and I, we don't owe our freedoms to democracy. I know it might sound crazy, but we really don't. Not at all. What we do owe them to is older legal traditions, which were inherited back with the Anglo-Saxon law. You know, habeas corpus, due process, presumption of innocence. The framers of the Constitution were wise. These guys were smart. They were wise enough to preserve these protections against an arbitrary state power. But unfortunately, the Constitution has failed to provide sufficient safeguards. Its protections have been undermined by this thing we call democracy. We were goobered. The Bill of Rights says that nobody can be deprived of his property without due process of law. So what does that mean? That means that an individual trial in which a defendant is proved to have forfeited his property rights by his own act. Yet somehow democracy deprives all of us of our property through taxation and an inflated fiat currency. The average citizen would have to commit a serious crime in order to be fined the amount he's forced to pay the government in annual taxes. So he is, in effect, severely punished without a trial for living in this democracy. Yet he is told that he is blessed to be living here. And the question is why? Because he can vote? What if he is outvoted by people who want the government to take his money and give it to them? Well, too bad, so sad. Go home, go cry under your pillow. Those are the breaks, folks. And after all, he can use his vote to defend himself against other voters. That, he is taught, is freedom. But is it really freedom? So much for the idea that voting is a fundamental freedom, or that it protects our freedoms. And the more democratic the U.S. government has become, the larger and more aggressively greedy it has become. So the principle of democracy is bad enough in itself, but in practice, democracy also breeds corrupt politicians that are intent on short-term gain for themselves and not we the people. The brevity of their tenure gives them an incentive to make hay while the sun shines. Bribery, often in technically legal forms, is rife, and suspicious numbers of politicians retire with fortunes or these great jobs with these great salaries. Like the individual, Christine Robinson, I covered last week. She's got a great cush job now with Argus. So no, the world doesn't need more democracies. It needs more freedom. And they are vastly different, folks. And, you know, you talk about this whole voting thing. This is what we're caught up in with this whole Sarasota roundabout. You voters voted these politicians in. These same politicians that are listening to this US 41 group. The same politicians that are going to put 11 roundabouts up and down 41. These guys came into Venice and they tried to sell the city council on a roundabout at 41 and Venice Avenue. I caught wind of it in the email. I started circulating it like crazy, and they started getting on my Scoop pages, and they started getting emails like crazy. Next thing you know, they said, hey, maybe this isn't a good idea, and they scrapped it. And it's amazing how many times these politicians will go out and try to get things done, try to push their own agenda, and they hope that people like the Scoop pages aren't out there reading their emails or watching or paying attention so that they can squeeze their agenda through. But, you know, Sarasota is one step closer to getting these roundabouts throughout the area. The first one's going to go up at 41 and University Parkway. But it even gets better. They want to put two other roundabouts at 41 at 10th Street and 14th Street. And then, as I said, there's going to be another 8. So now my question is simple. Did they even bother to get some type of input outside of holding some kind of daytime meeting? I think it was the very same US 41 momentum team, like I said, that was trying to push it down here in 41 on Venice Avenue. And I'm not sure the statistics, but I know they cannot be that great for the newly resurrected, well,
maybe a couple years old, roundabout that's up here at Jacaranda and Venice Avenue. I had to drive through it today when I was coming out to the studio. I am constantly hearing about accidents there that have occurred there because of this ineffective roundabout. Every day, almost a week doesn't go by where I don't hear about an accident on my scoop pages. Well, the US 41 Momentum team will lead you to believe that they are extraordinarily efficient and that the US stupid Americans are defective. They're Grubered. Yes, they Grubered us. So the county will be working on construction of a roundabout at the new locations. And this is an attempt to have the traffic flow more smoothly and fix some of the existing problems. However, I have to wonder if these damn things will only bring the whole new set of issues. You know, while I find the city's efforts admirable, and I wish them success in this endeavor, I'm still a bit skeptical that this will actually be any safer, especially based upon what I've seen here in Venice. And no, it's not about the old people like we have in Venice with the demographics. The problem persists year-round, young and old, at that roundabout. With mishaps occurring in a town far smaller and a road far less populated, I'm definitely skeptical about the roundabouts going up in highly congested areas up in Sarasota. Especially when the first one that's going about, when you have the first roundabout of this magnitude, if it's designed like the one at Jacaranda, in a heavily congested area in Sarasota, it is going to be a nightmare. So I'm left wondering how many people will be familiar with how to navigate through this. After all, this is not Europe where they are in abundance, and even though there are a lot of foreigners in town, they only make a small amount of our population, folks. Now, we're gonna continue this conversation about the roundabouts because I have a lot more to say, a lot more issues and concerns to discuss. And then I think we're going to hop into the Bondi, along with guns in elementary schools, and then we're going to try to talk about some erosion at the beaches. We'll be right back. Brought to you by TheRogueRant.com. Slender FX Weight Management System. Chocolate fudge. Formulated for healthy weight loss. This system contains Slender FX PM Cleanse, Sweeties, meal replacement shake with a chocolate fudge taste, and a food fiber. Are you serious about losing weight? Get Slender FX Weight Management System now and begin your quest for a slimmer you. Longevity by TheUncensoredReport.com. Ultimate EFA 60 Soft Gel Tablets. Ultimate EFA is 100% organic and features a proprietary blend of essential fatty acids derived organically grown flaxseed oil, herbicide and pesticide-free, folks, barrage oil, and fish oil. They deliver a healthy balance of omega-3, 6, and 9s. Ultimate EFA. This is a must-have for people who want to derive the benefits of a full range of essential fatty acids organically. For the best results, Ultimate EFA as a part of your full nutritional program that includes Majestic Earth Classic. From TheRogueRant.com. On the go, Healthy Body Start Pack, 30 packs. In order for your body to function properly, it needs a wide range of daily vitamins, minerals, aminos, and essential fatty acids. Even when you're on the go, don't forget to feed your body with the nutrition it needs, which can easily be done with on-the-go Healthy Start Pack. So, start your quest today to get healthy tomorrow. From Longevity, our delicious gourmet Java Fig coffees feature a blend of 100% premium Arabic coffee from the finest regions in Latin America. Its freshly roasted beans in each unique blend are carefully chosen by an experienced staff. Check it out today and help support the channel at TheRogueRant.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com, and I want to talk to you a little bit about retirement. Did you know that 75% of the people who are just 6 years away from retiring don't have enough money to retire, to live the lifestyle they've grown accustomed to? That's right. So what are they going to do? Well, they're going to suffer. They've run out of time. But if you have not run out of time, then you have an alternative to a 401k, which just 1% in a fee takes away 28% of your income. Do you know that the average is 3%, which means on $1 million that you lose 75% of your retirement? You've got to keep those fees for yourself. The 401k has been a Ponzi scheme, but they spent billions of dollars in marketing to convince you otherwise. Check out my retirement fund, the Working Investment Retirement Fund, where you keep the money. philsgang.com.
Get real guidance with your trades and investments. Simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, and ask about the Working Investment Retirement Fund. That's 877-600-4264.
What makes investors around the world successful? They're savvy, they do their homework, they look for the best value, and they find it at Interactive Brokers. Phil's Gang chooses Interactive Brokers, stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and worldwide from one account. I recommend Interactive Brokers to all my Phil's Gang members. I use it myself. Check them out. Go to philsgang.com and click on the Interactive Brokers graphic. And that's philsgang.com.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
Saber que el tratamiento es completamente gratis nos quita una preocupación de encima.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of. We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
There is only one talk show host, Phil Grandy, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Phil Grandy is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hey, everybody, this is Frankie Abbruzzino with the Scoop Radio Show, and courtesy of my sponsor, philsgang.com. Check him out at 9 and 3, Monday through Friday. Now, we left off talking about those crazy foreigners and how roundabouts are great for them, maybe not for us. And, you know, it's ironic because today I put out a story on the Scoop essentially discussing how we're a mecca for the foreigners, especially over in New England. This is like the top spot in all of Florida for them to come to. We're fifth with Canadians. I don't know what their roundabout situation is. And I have to wonder, this Momentum 41, are they trying to appease those foreign tourists, the foreign snowbirds? Because I can tell you right now, they're not trying to appease us full-time residents. You know, right now with these roundabouts, one thing I've learned with this Venice one is there's no official class to teach citizens on how to properly maneuver these and roundabouts, unless Sarasotans spend a good amount of time in cities with roundabouts. They travel a lot over in Europe. If they don't do that, they're going to be clueless about the rules of the road. And like I said, usually on the way to the studio, I use it. And I came into it today, and it was a mess. And I don't know, you know, I used to live in Italy. I lived in Europe. I know roundabouts. And this thing is a mess. And I could see how an elderly person might be nervous. Even a young person. And I understand why there's so many accidents there. So I hope that you guys up in Sarasota do not do the same two-lane approach that we have here. Or if they do, they use some other way to better inform the residents of it. You know, another huge concern regarding this roundabout is the population, both of the city and of the intersection. If so many accidents occurred, like I said, in this small area that's not as populated like Venice, what's it going to be like up at University and 41? It's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare. Another issue is the construction of this roundabout, which will obviously take time and will cause rerouting of all those people that would normally travel this busy street. You got the snowbirds. They're coming down. They're going to be out and about on the streets. We may see a lot of congestion. Even if the construction takes place over the summer, it may not be as packed, but it doesn't mean there'll be deserted roads out there either. With so many people using these roads to go to and from work or to appointments or to pick up kids, road closings will ensure that they are begin to clog the roads that will otherwise be, congestion free. We understand that a roundabout may be a good idea to introduce to a city that desperately needs less traffic jams and fewer accidents and the beautification issue they mentioned. However, perhaps it is not the greatest idea for Sarasotans, especially in such a heavily driven area that's so prone to accidents. In this case, change might make the situation even worse. So what say you, Sarasota? You need to speak up now. You need to contact your city commissioners and let them know your concerns, and county too, because some of this is out of the city area. Another issue you may want to talk to, and it may be too late because Bondi, she's the state AG, she's already passed down her edict on this, and she's given the okay for armed guards at schools, at elementary schools. Shelby Webb with the Herald, she wrote this weekend that the AG, Pam Bondi, has decided that the privately hired school board approved security guards can legally carry weapons onto the public school campuses. So, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this one, folks? Bondi's response is in regards to the questions raised by the Manatee County School Board when they approved this 3-year, $3 million contract with the local security firm, which has since been terminated. The same firm, like I said, they terminated. I think there's some kind of lawsuit out there now. It remains an expensive overreach, and one armed guard is not going to provide absolute protection from the rare, unconscionable act of violence that we've seen take place too many times. Their contracted mandate that the guards needed to carry weapons while on patrol at schools was not a good idea, and it conflicted with the Florida statute 790.115, which essentially states that a person shall not possess a firearm on school property. And the day before the guards started, they were disarmed so that there would not be any conflict with this statute. The answer to gun violence in schools is not more guns in schools. That's the wrong approach that some officials are taking by proposing to put armed guards in schools. These aren't even police. These are armed security guards. This is just risky. It's costly. It could be a knee-jerk reaction that only will put more innocent people in harm's way. The school district doesn't need armed guards to referee the problems that parents are having or when they routinely come in and they're upset about their kid. That would be heavy-handed. And there's no safety gap between the schools. There are fundamentally differences in the security issues at a middle school and high school that distinguish them from an elementary school. I get why they want them at a high school sometimes. I'm not totally on board, but I get it. The district has better uses for the $3 million it would cost every year to put armed guards in these schools. If it wants to spend money on security, it should explore broad-based solutions and a partnership with a task force to examine a comprehensive approach to gun violence. More outreach, more counseling to at-risk populations. Perhaps they could take some hardening of the school campus. There's some food for thought. I mean, think about it. I think it was 4 elementary schools, a private investigator did some kind of testing, and he had a guy that's a sexual predator come on the campus. Let's harden the school so that doesn't happen. You don't necessarily need to get an armed guard in there, do you? It's just food for thought. I mean, don't get me wrong, folks. Keeping the kids safe is the utmost importance. I get that. I have 2 young girls myself. But putting an armed guard in every school doesn't translate into safety. If you look at elementary school alone, such a show of force is extreme. While it is impossible to put a price tag on saving a life, $3 million a year is a lot to spend for what amounts to little more than an act of that will just essentially soothe angst out there. That money wouldn't have a greater impact would have a greater impact if used on math or reading incentive programs, efforts to close the achievement gap. School boards should balance their responsibility to keep the children safe with the duty to make financially prudent, informed decisions that are not hyped by emotions. No board member wants to come face to face with a tragedy and wonder if more could have been done to prevent it. Knowing that a reasoned decision making trumped passionate politicking, and that no security force can guarantee absolute safety out there. Sarasota does not need what happened at Rangeview High School to happen here. This is where an employee was putting his gun down, an armed security guard. He was putting it into a glove box. When he discharged, it hit the student in the leg and caused significant injury. Is that what we want here? I mean, I have a hard enough time with some of the police out there that are carrying the guns or tasers. There's a story out there where a kid was trying to break up to his girlfriend, another girl from fighting. The cop came there and said, "Get away." And the kid was trying to explain, "Hey, all I was doing was this." The cop tasered him. The kid falls back, bangs his head. The jolt tasered him. Next thing you know, the guy's got brain damage. So I'm not even a huge, let alone guns, I'm not a fan of having the tasers in there. Some great concerns, especially with these elementary kids. I mean, it's just food for thought this holiday season. Do we really need armed guards there for our kids? All right, folks, we're going to go into the erosion at Casperson's Beach. It's not as bad as it used to be in the 80s, but a lot of people are still concerned about it, and they're up in arms. We'll be right back. Brought to you by theroguerent.com. Slender FX Weight Management System. Chocolate fudge. Formulated for healthy weight loss. This system contains Slender FX PM Cleanse, Sweeties, meal replacement shake with a chocolate fudge taste, and a food fiber. Are you serious about losing weight? Get Slender FX Weight Management System now and begin your quest for a slimmer you. Longevity by theuncensoredreport.com. Ultimate EFA 60 soft gel tablets. Ultimate EFA is 100% organic and features a proprietary blend of essential fatty acids derived organically grown flaxseed oil, herbicide and pesticide free, folks. Barrage oil and fish oil. They deliver a healthy balance of omega-3, 6, and 9s. Ultimate EFA. This is a must-have for people who want to derive the benefits of a full range of essential fatty acids organically. For the best results, Ultimate EFA as a part of your full nutritional program that includes Majestic Earth Classic. From theroguerent.com. On the go, Healthy Body Start Pack, 30 packs. In order for your body to function properly, it needs a wide range of daily vitamins, minerals, aminos, and essential fatty acids. Even when you're on the go, don't forget to feed your body with the nutrition it needs, which can easily be done with on-the-go Healthy Start Pack. So, start your quest today to get healthy tomorrow. Java Fit from Longevity. Our delicious gourmet Java Fit coffees feature a blend of 100% premium Arabic coffee from the finest regions in Latin America. Its freshly roasted beans in each unique blend are carefully chosen by an experienced staff Check it out today and help support the channel at therogrant.com.
Successful, they're savvy, they do their homework, they look for the best value, and they find it at Interactive Brokers. Phil's gang chooses Interactive Brokers, stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and worldwide from one account. I recommend Interactive Brokers to all my Phil's gang members. I use it myself. Check them out. Go to philsgang.com and click on the Interactive Brokers graphic, and that's philsgang.com.
PhilsGang.com is a powerful online website for novice and experienced stock traders and investors who demand professional-grade online tools, superior customer support, and extensive investing education. Not sure how to trade or invest in stocks? PhilsGang.com is your #1 educational source for online stock trading and investing material, with daily webinars, individual charting videos, and programs customized to make you a smarter, more informed investor. It's as simple as following PhilsGang.com's Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell. When they buy, you buy. And when they short stocks, you short. In this volatile market, wouldn't it be nice to have someone guide and coach you to create wealth in the stock market? Well, you can with philsgang.com. Simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Going down, I'm yelling timber. You better move, you better dance. Let's make a night.
Hey everybody, this is Frankie Abbruzzino with the Scoop Radio Show, courtesy of my sponsor, philsgang.com. Catch his show at 9 and 3, Monday through Friday. All right, we're going to jump over to something that I've been getting a lot of postings about. I've been getting a few pictures on, and that's the erosion that's taking place. I personally experienced it when I was down there. I went surfing, I think it was last week, and we actually, normally you can walk down the beach to the jetty, go out and surf, but we actually had to crawl over some rocks to get down there this time. And unlike back in the 80s when I was a kid, they had warning tape up and stuff, warning people, hey, erosion, don't go walking on these rocks. But I wanted to talk about it because a lot of people are concerned about it. And to me, it's not a huge deal. Because I remember what it was like when in the 80s when I was a young punk surfer down there in Venice. All right, so you got this erosion. You got the caution signs. They've been placed up at many beaches, and it's in an effort to ensure the public's safety. Many of the boardwalks and the stairs are still accessible, but barely, even though there's this significant erosion. But look, erosion, well, it's part of nature. Erosion, which occurred every winter with the swell out of the north, it comes. Erosion that isn't close to the erosion that existed back in the 80s, like I said. Unfortunately, though, for beach lovers and owners of the high-priced beachfront homes, coastal erosion in any form is usually a one-way trip. Costly, man-made techniques such as beach renourishment may slow that process. But nothing short of global cooling or some other major geomorphic change will stop it altogether. It's nature. It's a fact of life. Basically, between 80 to 90% of the sandy beaches along America's coastlines have been eroding for decades. And in many of these cases, individual beaches may be losing only a few inches per year. But in some cases, the problem is much worse. But then it gets better once the storm and the tide switch. Besides collectively lowering our greenhouse gas emissions substantially, there is little that individuals can do to stop this beach erosion. You know, building a bulkhead or a seawall along one or a few coastal properties may protect homes from the damaging storm waves for a few years, but could end up doing more harm than good. You see, bulkheads and seawalls may accelerate beach erosion by reflecting wave energy off the facing wall, which impacts the adjacent property owners as well. Other large-scale and costly techniques like beach renourishment may have better track records, at least in the terms of slowing or delaying beach erosion, but are expensive. Expensive enough as to warrant massive taxpayer expenditures. You see, in the early 80s, the city of Miami spent some $65 million adding sand to a 10-mile stretch of fast eroding shoreline. Not only did the effort stave off the erosion, it helped revitalize this tiny South Beach neighborhood and rescued hotels, restaurants, and shops that cater to the rich and the famous. Two of the area's severely eroded beaches are set to get major facelifts, and it's set to get it at the expense of the local taxpayers, which will spare the brunt of the $32 million cost. One area is Venice, the other area is Anna Maria Island. Venice is going to get approximately $11.87 million towards the project. And that number includes more than $9 million in federal dollars, $1.425 million from the state and local match of $1.425 million. The project comes just 8 years after we just did the last renourishment for $12 million. You remember that restoration in Venice? I remember it because it messed up the surf at the jetty. And much of that has already eroded. Do we have the pocketbooks to spend $12 million every decade? Actually, not a decade, every 8 years. Sarasota County is working on designs and permitting for this whole renourishment project up in Siesta Key too, especially at Turtle Beach. However, I am here to say that there's simply no public purpose for the state of Florida, much less the federal government, to do this, especially in many cases where the projects are to protect the private homes owned by these wealthy people. Have them do it. The politicals, they're pushing the renourishment because our white sandy beaches are both economically and environmentally vital to the health of our coastal communities. How do you think the guy living in, let's say Okeechobee feels about subsidizing the restoration of your beach, paying his taxes for your beach? The people in the homes on the beach will argue back, saying, hey, look, this whole renourishment project that protect and rebuild beaches are comparable to other taxpayer-funded efforts, such as fighting a wildfire or recovering from natural disasters that threaten businesses and homes throughout the country. We have to pay for those. We're not living there when it happens. With their federal taxes, Floridians subsidize such projects in other states, so why not have them help us with the renourishment? Renourishment projects can be more preventive than they are recovery. You see, if beaches are restored, then the next storm hits, the damages will be a whole lot less. That's the thought process. I get it, but is it worth all those millions? And I don't know if we need to jump on it so fast right now. Like I said, if you came out to the jetty last year, there was major erosion, basically at the level that we're seeing now. Granted, it came a little bit sooner this year, but it was just like last year. And then if you came back to the beach over the summer, guess what? That erosion was all gone. The sand was all back. The beach was there. Beach was like halfway up the jetty. So let's see what nature does. I don't know if we should spend all of our money on that. Now, as you know, this is a pre-recorded show, so I have some time. And something came out over the wires today, which is really concerning. And it's about this guy, John Mosher. He's 21. He's accused of having sex with a 15-year-old girl. And essentially, this guy, him and Alexa Nicole DeArmas, 17, they were arrested and charged with human trafficking and trying to set up a prostitution ring in Venice and Riverview high schools. They were taking these 15-year-olds, offering to pay them $40, give them a bottle of liquor for some favors. Then the article goes on. All the information is just coming out with Captain Matt Mueller at Venice PD. But more information's come out that they were going to give these girls 40% of the profits, and they were trying to get this whole prostitution ring together so that they could go out and purchase narcotics. Somehow this guy was documented as being homeless. Not sure how he's homeless and can afford prostitutes. But what's happening with our society? The erosion of our society. How about these poor kids? This kid was 15 years old. And according to the reports, she reported that she went there. She didn't really want to do anything, and he forced himself upon her and had his way. I hope they throw the book at this guy. There's going to be more arrests coming. And I want more arrests. We got to stop this. This type of activity should not be happening in our community. So I hope they throw the book at this John Mosher, 21. Now, I do a daily show now. It's called the Scoop News Show, and it is on at 6 p.m. It is live, and I cover all the latest news in Sarasota County without politicizing it. I cover the events, sports, crime, everything that's out there. So check it out at the VeniceNewsShow.com. Also, remember to check out my theuncensoredreport.com, and that show is daily at 11 o'clock, covering national and international news. This has been Frankie, and I will see you guys next week.
This has been the Scoop Radio Show, sponsored by philsgang.com.